Everyone loves to show off their beautiful vegetable garden harvest at the end of the season. But have you ever wondered what those plants look like as they grew throughout the whole year? Well, this is the video for you because we just finished filming 3 clients' gardens over 5 months from March to July. So you can see how surprisingly fast a vegetable garden grows. You're going to get to follow along and see a large garden, a small garden, and an absolutely giant garden that we built this spring from scratch. Let's start with March. In this large garden that I call a formal potager, this garden was ready to be planted in March with tons of organic compost added. Everything was looking great at the start of the month. We planted kale plants down the middle of each bed and then added loads of seeds for peas, spinach, arugula, radishes, and more. And now let's cover the small garden that I call a fork garden classic. On a cold day in March, we added lots of organic compost and planted cabbages, broccoli, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard as plants. And then we added tons of seeds like carrots, peas, spinach, and all different kinds of lettuces. Finally, in the grand garden, this started out in March as just a grassy hill. After months of working on the design and planning, we spent about a week removing the grass and leveling the area. Then we built these huge cedar raised beds, added arch and obelisk trellises and a panel trellis too, and a winding pathway. Once the beds were filled with soil, we planted broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and Romanesco down the centers. We added flowers and herbs around the borders of the bed, and then we added seeds for spinach, arugula, beets, and carrots. When April arrived, we returned to the large garden to add tomatoes, peppers, eggplants by plant, as well as some cucumbers, corn, zucchini, beans, and squash from seed. We made our way to the small garden in April and put cucumber seeds along the arch trellis. We planted zucchini seed to grow over the bed's edge. And of course, we added tomatoes on the arch trellis and some peppers too. In the grand garden, we planted rows and rows of peppers along all the plants we had seeded before, as well as tomatoes on the arch trellis, cucumber seeds to grow up the obelisk trellises that we just added, and of course, a ton of basil. And now May has finally arrived. And by May, the large garden was absolutely packed. The kale had finally fully filled in the middle of each garden. The spinach was overflowing alongside it down 2 rows of the garden, and the radishes were definitely ready to pull. The arugula was growing on the other side of the kale and filling in so nicely. The peas were also starting to climb the trellis. There was broccoli and Romanesco in the back beds that was just starting to form. The kale was definitely the showstopper in May, along with the Swiss chard. In the small garden, things were filling in as well. The kale had taken off along with the arugula that we'd planted by seed. The Swiss chard was huge and colorful at this point, and the herbs were starting to fall over the sides of the beds. The cabbages were just starting to form a head, and all that lettuce we planted by seed, it was definitely ready to pick. In the grand garden, things were really starting to fill out in May. The cauliflower was already ready to harvest. The berries were starting to form along the paneled trellis. Nasturtium had come up from seed, and the broccoli was starting to form as well. There was a little pest pressure on the collards and mustards, but the beets were coming along nicely, as well as the parsley, the sorrel, and the strawberries. Once June arrived, the gardens had absolutely taken off. By June, the large garden was showing signs that it was ready to finish its cool season plants. The spinach and arugula had bolted. The nasturtiums were flowering. The corn was now a few inches high, and the tomatillos were ready to be tied to the arch trellis. The basil was now in full growth, as was the calendula and nasturtium that we had started from seed. The small garden was overflowing in June too. The zucchini were falling over the edge of the beds. The Swiss chard was huge, and the sage was absolutely out of control. There was a ton of basil, and the lettuces were bolting. The first tomatoes and peppers were now ready to harvest. The flowers and herbs were perfect, and there was even squash almost every week. In the grand garden, the first flowers were starting to form in the cut flower garden. The kitchen garden beds were filling in too. The beets were all up from seed and showing some significant growth. The basil was growing well, as was the parsley and the sorrel. The first berries were ready to pick on the panel trellis, and even the peppers and cucumbers were growing fast. By July, the heat and the sunshine were really making these gardens explode. Knee-high by the 4th of July was more than true in the large garden. The corn was growing fast with its first kernels starting to form. The tomatoes were covering the arch trellis, and the first peppers were forming on their plants. There were tomatoes on the obelisk trellis too, and the beds were all ready to be harvested as much and as often as possible. In the small garden, the cucumbers were climbing the arch. The Swiss chard was so huge, but my favorite part were the flower beds that were now so packed and colorful. There were loads of cucumbers to pick each day, along with basil and lots of other greens. The lettuces had now bolted and were going to seed, but the Thai basil was going strong along with the beautiful marigolds. And the tomatoes, they were now ready to be picked pretty much every single day. The grand garden really started to come into its own in July as well, with loads of bush beans, cucumbers, and tomatoes on the arch trellis. There was also Swiss chard, some sorrel, lots of beans, and lots of herbs. The flower garden was now in full color next to the cucumbers, the eggplants, and even the asparagus. The blackberries were ready to harvest too. My favorite shot of this garden is definitely from overhead, and seeing it transform was one of my favorite things. So behind every beautiful vegetable harvest is a garden like this one that's changing and growing literally overnight throughout the entire season. Now that you've seen these 3 gardens grow throughout 5 months, I hope you're inspired to start a garden yourself. And when you do, you should plant it my way so that you get the most out of every square inch. I made a whole video about my planting method that you can watch right here next.